Happening now, calls for Governor Cuomo to resign amid sexual harassment allegations is underway. The latest in the push to repeal his emergency powers as well. Plus, we're working to learn more about a morning crash that sent a 21-year-old man to the hospital.
Well, we've got some sun and clouds out there for the afternoon, but we'll get into some scattered snow showers overnight. We'll talk about it in detail next. The news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. A push is underway by New York State lawmakers to repeal Governor Andrew Cuomo's expanded executive powers related to the coronavirus pandemic. Top legislative figures announced the move late yesterday. Now, under the bill, Cuomo would no longer be able to issue new executive directives. Also, modifications or renewals of current pandemic-related executive directives would be subject to legislative review. The bill is expected to pass quickly and go to the governor's desk within a week. Democrats do have a veto-proof majority in the legislature should Cuomo try to nix it. It comes amid growing controversy surrounding sexual harassment allegations against the governor. According to the New York Times, a third woman on Monday accused Cuomo of unwanted advances in 2019. Well, among those vaccinated during yesterday's COVID-19 vaccine clinic in Jamestown were residents from across Western New York who traveled hours from home to get the shot. In what many are calling vaccine tourism, Erie County resident Becky Wagner left her Holland home early in the morning, traveling to Jamestown to get Moderna's dose during a clinic at SUNY JCC. The public school employee tells us it's very frustrating to book an appointment, with slots filling up almost as soon as they go online.
I go on different county health department websites, and they have very good up-to-date vaccine information, and that's where I find them in other counties than Erie, because I feel that Erie County's website is very hard to find a vaccine.
Now, this was the first time Wagner visited the Jamestown area, and she is not alone. Over the past month, there has been an uptick in travel to get the COVID-19 vaccine, with chain pharmacies like Wegmans and West Ellicott seeing appointments booked from Buffalo area residents, leaving locals frustrated. However, because the vaccine is federally funded, there are no restrictions on who can book an appointment. This week, a third vaccine and one-dose version from Johnson & Johnson is now being distributed nationwide. President Joe Biden yesterday said the United States will have enough vaccine doses for every adult American by the end of May, dramatically accelerating his timeline, but acknowledging the country will still need to be vigilant against the virus. Chautauqua County's health department, who vaccinated 700 people yesterday, is expected to receive another big shipment of vaccines in the next few days, with appointments posted online at chqgov.com. Well, as soon as today, the Senate could take up the $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill in Washington. But as Britt Conway reports, some cities and states aren't waiting on the federal government. Instead, they're pushing forward, easing health restrictions put in place to prevent the spread of the virus.
This is not the time to relax restrictions.
But it's happening in areas around the country. Texas is rolling back everything.
Too many Texans have been sidelined from employment opportunities.
There will be a lot of businesses that are going to pull down those mask mandates.
In Mississippi, masks won't be required anymore.
This new order removes all of our county mask mandates and allows businesses to operate at full capacity.
Woohoo! I'm about done with masks.
Kentucky, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Michigan, and Pennsylvania are all easing capacity restrictions. So is the city of Chicago. South Carolina is eliminating restrictions on alcohol sales and large gatherings. And Florida is bracing for spring break. Certainly, there's optimism about the vaccines.
We're now on track to have enough vaccine supply for every adult in America by the end of May.
But health experts and healthcare workers caution against looser guidelines.
It is really risky to say it's over.
We still have COVID patients. It's not like the COVID patients are gone. It's not like they're not dying.
The federal government promises relief is coming, but lawmakers are still battling over exactly what that'll look like as millions of Americans inch closer to their extended unemployment benefits starting to run out March 14th. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. Senate Democrats took a series of complicated procedural steps last night to make it possible for them to begin debate on the COVID relief bill as early as today, but it's still not definite. Well, we are working to learn more about a crash that sent a 21-year-old Gary man to the hospital. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says Dakota Peck crashed his vehicle on Route 394 in Kennedy just before 4:30 this morning. Peck was rescued from the rollover accident by the Kennedy Fire Department. The Chautauqua County Emergency Medical Services also responded to the scene. Deputies say he was transported to UPMC Chautauqua Hospital with minor injuries. The investigation into what actually caused the wreck is now underway. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now as we get a check of some local headlines this hour. We also want to check in with you and see what you're saying about these stories and more. Let us know in the comments down below. Great to see Pam. Happy Wednesday to Lori, Jeremy, Diana, and Gina as well. Hopefully you all are having a good day out there. Well, now let's get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by with that. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin, and happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh, just about halfway through the week, and this is a live look over Salamanca, and there's a few sun and clouds. There's a few clouds dotting the sky with the sunshine as well. 39 degrees. It is a much warmer day out there, so enjoy this day of warmth because tomorrow it'll be gone. We just have a few of those clouds showing up on the satellite and radar imagery here, and so we do actually have some peaks of sunshine through the afternoon, so it will be an overall nice day. 33 was the high yesterday. We started the day at 23, 71 and 21 below zero are the record highs and lows for this day. So through the afternoon, partly to mostly cloudy on average. There will be a chance for a small rain or snow shower later in the day towards sunset. We're talking 5, 6, 7 o'clock into the evening hours, and if anybody sees any accumulation over the basically later this afternoon, a dusting at most, 36 to 47 with a west wind 7 to 14 miles per hour. That cooler spot right there is going to be right at the immediate Lake Erie waterfront. Now it turns cooler tomorrow with some with scattered snow showers. Then we turn much warmer into next week. How warm? I'll tell you about it with that 42 degrees and sunny 7-day forecast later in the show. Justin.
All right, Dakota, hopefully pretty darn warm. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. Well, leaders in Jamestown are looking for your feedback about a program that allows food trucks to operate throughout the city. The executive assistant to Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist tells us a series of meetings will take place starting next week to hear from local businesses and the public in general about a food truck pilot program. Now, the program was approved by City Council last year, giving food trucks and other mobile cuisine vendors more flexibility to operate within city limits. The trucks would have to set up at least 125 feet away from an existing brick-and-mortar restaurant unless that restaurant was owned by the same profiter. Additionally, the trucks need to buy a license to operate, $150 for Jamestown-based vendors and $300 for those out of the city. If a permit is granted, the trucks can operate from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with special permission for late-night operation via a special permit. The meetings will take place via Zoom. More information on how you can register, visit our website, WNYNewsNow.com, or you can call the city's Department of Development office. Well, the United States gets an overall grade of C- on infrastructure for 2021. That's according to the American Society of Civil Engineers. The society represents civil engineers around the world and frequently advocates for increased investment in infrastructure. It's released its scorecard every 4 years since 1998. The C- is actually a slight improvement for America. The group says this is the first time the nation's infrastructure has scored above a D range in 2 decades. Even so, the Society's executive director says it's certainly not a grade to be proud of. The group evaluated the U.S. on 17 major categories, including aviation, roads, bridges, drinking water, energy, and even schools. At the top of the class was rail, which earned a highest mark, A. Transit, meanwhile, scored the lowest, a D. Next, hear why a 20-year-old man is behind bars after allegedly burglarizing a home in Chautauqua County. And later, more on calls for disgraced Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign. Stay with us as WNY News Now rolls along on this Wednesday afternoon.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Honest John's has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Remember when you were a kid, huddled around the television waiting for your school to close? Well, we don't get snow days. When winter weather hits, count on the First Defense Weather Team for a look into the future where the snow is headed next. Live radar showing you the scope of the storm, and real-time reports from the field. So when it matters most, stay with First Defense Weather.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back. A 20-year-old man was arrested yesterday following an alleged burglary of a Sherman residence where sheriff's deputies say he threatened 2 juveniles with a firearm. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says Taylor Tripp was arrested on a warrant stemming from an alleged Monday evening burglary of a West Main Street home. Investigators accused the man of forcibly entering the residence and, while inside, threatening 2 juvenile males. He's charged with second-degree burglary, second-degree menacing, and endangering the welfare of a child. Tripp was transported to the Chautauqua County Jail for centralized arraignment. Well, more now on calls for Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign after 3 women accused him of inappropriate behavior. Questions about his fitness to serve are also reaching the White House. Athena Jones with the latest.
Cracks in the support for New York Governor Andrew Cuomo deepening after 2 former aides accused him of sexual harassment and a 3rd woman of an unwanted advance at a wedding reception in 2019. In a statement Sunday, before the 3rd woman made her allegations public in the New York Times, Cuomo acknowledged some of his past comments may have been interpreted as an unwanted flirtation, but maintained that he never inappropriately touched anyone. Cuomo, who seized the spotlight with his coronavirus briefings throughout the pandemic, has yet to make a public appearance since the allegations surfaced. And Tuesday, both New York senators making strong statements about the accusations.
These women have to be listened to. I've always believed that sexual harassment is not acceptable, must not be tolerated. Look, the bottom line is, just let me say on this issue, I have a great deal of faith in the Attorney General's investigation.
Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, who in 2017 called for her colleague, then Minnesota Senator Al Franken, to resign before an investigation into sexual misconduct allegations was completed, initially dodged the question on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I've already answered that one.
But later, writing in a statement, The behavior described in these allegations against Governor Cuomo is completely unacceptable, and every allegation of sexual harassment must be taken seriously and be reviewed. House Democratic leadership stopping short of calling for Cuomo to step down, after one Democratic lawmaker publicly called for him to resign.
These allegations are very serious. Now that the Attorney General has taken over the investigation, it will be fully independent and thorough, and I await the results of that investigation.
Now the White House facing renewed pressure to address the matter.
Vice President Kamala Harris was one of the most vocal critics of Justice Brett Kavanaugh, of Senator Al Franken, but she hasn't said anything about the three women who are accusing Governor Andrew Cuomo.
Let me reiterate that they both believe that every woman coming forward should be heard, should be treated with dignity and treated with respect.
Athena Jones reporting, thank you. Meanwhile, New York State's legislature has introduced a bill to limit his expanded executive powers that were granted when the pandemic began. That stems from other allegations against Cuomo that he misrepresented the number of COVID-19 deaths in the state's nursing homes. Cuomo has denied purposely manipulating those numbers. Well, a new report states the number of COVID cases in nursing homes has dropped significantly. The American Healthcare Association and National Centers for Assisted Living released the report yesterday. It says cases in nursing homes have dropped to their lowest levels since the government started tracking weekly COVID cases in nursing homes. Now, according to the report, nursing homes have seen an 82% drop in new cases when compared to last year's peak. The American Healthcare Association and National Centers for Assisted Living represents 14,000 nursing homes and long-term care facilities. The report comes as federal health officials predict more coronavirus deaths this month. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that 540,000 to 564,000 people could die from the virus by March 27th. That's higher than their last projection. Well, Instagram has created a way that more people can go live together at once. The social media platform launching a new feature called Live Rooms. It allows 4 people to video chat in a live broadcast instead of 2. Now, according to the Gram, Live Rooms will let people start their own podcast or even talk show, where you could just chill and collaborate with other creators. Instagram says the new option will soon be available worldwide. Certainly everybody's probably looking forward to that, maybe? Let us know what you think about in the comments down below. I certainly haven't really gotten into the Gram, as the hipsters call it, Dakota. I'm more of a Facebook kind of person, but at the same time, yeah, I know you like Snapchat.
Yes.
You're really into that, have a pretty big following here locally. Follow him on Snapchat if you want. I used to be into that, into Snapchat. And recently I've been posting on Instagram just to post on Instagram, as weird as that sounds. And then it also posts on my Facebook.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? They're connected, or they can be?
And it's like, I do the same because, my InstaFace is connected with my MyBook. And
what are you, 90?
In the words of Bill Belichick. So, it shares the profile picture and whatnot. But it's like, I just post on Instagram just to post. Like, if I haven't posted anything in a while, I'll throw something up there. Like, the last post I posted was a few days ago where I took a screenshot of me playing the PGA Tour on Xbox. And I took a screen grab of my round and I said, this is how terrible I play in real life. And our own Storm Hartman can attest to that, because Storm and I often golf together in the summer. And if he's watching, he can drop in the comments how terrible I play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's at least you give it a shot. That's all that matters. And I imagine a lot of people probably looking forward to some golf-like weather. I don't know if we're going to see anything too soon, because we still got a whole month to go before spring in Western New York.
Yes, we do. I mean, we have more than a month before spring officially gets going. Wanted to talk about the Golden Snowball. This is something we don't talk about very often, simply because Jamestown is not included in this. But the Golden Snowball includes several cities across New York State for their snow totals. And Buffalo right now leads the way at 71.5 inches of snow for the season. Buffalo is often one of the snowiest lake cities. Hold on.
Binghamton.
Yes.
Yeah, they're leading.
Well, out of the lake cities.
Oh, okay.
Yes, out of the lake cities. Out of the lake cities is what I meant. The lake cities. Buffalo is leading. Binghamton has over 90. Actually, let's go back to that previous graphic. 98.7 in Binghamton. A lot of that came earlier this year. If you remember, they got dumped with several feet of snow.
Hey,
now,
D, I love you. I'm just fact checking. That's
yes.
all.
Okay. Yes, we have our independent fact checker right over here. In the words in the name of Justin Gould. So he's our new. Yes, there you go. Anyway, 71.5. Erie is 5th in the United States. 59.5 inches of snow for the season. Look at where the ice has gone on Lake Erie. It's gone away. The ice coverage now, 37.1% is the ice coverage across all of Lake Erie. Those milder temperatures has helped to melt a lot of that ice. 40 at the Jamestown Airport, but we got a report from Sean Sweatman, who pilots the Storm Interceptor, that he's got 47, and I believe that's in Ellery. So he's got 47 on his weather station there with a west wind of 11, and the wind chill only down to a merely 33 degrees. So it's going to be a nice day out there with sun and clouds. Neria showing up on the radar. We can look at that sweep all day long and it will show absolutely nothing. Now notice how there's this big dome of clear skies. That's with this high pressure ridge that's set up across the Midwest. This is ultimately starting to influence our weather, but the high is moving out, and you'll see it splitting two storm systems, one to the north and one to the south. But we're ultimately going to see the influx of more moisture coming in here tonight. So future scan paints you the idea of sun and clouds through the afternoon. Then watch what comes up later this afternoon. It tries to paint a few isolated rain and snow showers. I wouldn't necessarily rule that out. I do think it's a possibility later this afternoon towards sunset. A better chance for a few more scattered showers overnight, a few more scattered snow showers overnight. If anybody sees anything adusting to less than an inch, that'll do it. And then by the time we get into Thursday afternoon, we'll see sun and clouds. And then Friday, the clouds will start to clear out of here. And then we'll see mostly sunny skies on Friday before more snow arrives for Saturday. And you'll see that in the 7-day in just a second here. So Lake Erie shoreline, right at the immediate waterfront. You'll stay cooler today, likely upper 30s because of that west wind, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Lake Erie not frozen, now up to 33 degrees. The water temperature. Inland areas, warmer spot today. You could get lower to mid 40s today. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if some spots actually crack 50. Better chance for that away from that Lake Erie wind influence. 7 days down the road we go. 27 tomorrow and partly sunny in the afternoon. 28 on Friday. Cold, a morning flurry. Otherwise, lots of sunshine. 30 on Saturday, and up we go into next week. We're talking maybe lower 50s by this time next week. We'll be right back. Don't go away. First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny, smokin' deals on smokin' accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily live streams or staying up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind: to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the Southern Tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. Finally here today, the Chautauqua County Humane Society is getting ready for their upcoming St. Patrick's Day adoption event. The program is set to take place next weekend at the Chautauqua Mall ahead of St. Patrick's Day. The group aims to get at least 13 pets into loving homes during the event. They're also pushing their Pennies for Paws campaign that helps fund services at the Humane Society. Residents are encouraged to visit the mall from 3 to 7 on Friday, March 12th, and from noon until 4 on Saturday, March 13th. The group will provide a preview of those up for adoption at chqhumane.org. Now, founded in 1905, the Chautauqua County Humane Society is a not-for-profit organization working to improve and save the lives of animals through compassionate care and advocacy here locally. And they certainly do a lot. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. What a great story to get behind. And I think, Dakota, we've talked about this before. We have our Pet of the Week segment on Fridays, and we always love seeing a new furry friend. But it would be nice one day to get to a point where all of the animals were adopted, because in many situations, they come from not the best places, but they really do look for the best home. And that's what defines a lot of these animals, is if they're in the right environment, they can really succeed and be your best friend forever. And last night I was joking with some friends that in some cases, people love dogs more than they love humans.
Yeah, I know.
I can get
behind. Actually, my brother got his, I want to say his first dog, but the old dog he used to have, his name was Boston, and he got him from the Humane Society. Yeah. And actually, when he went and looked at him, his name was actually Glenn.
Yeah.
And so originally he was a Springer something mix.
Okay.
I don't exactly remember what breed he was, but and he had Boston, and he ultimately renamed him Boston.
Yeah.
Because my brother's a big Red Sox fan.
Ah.
So that's
good name
part of
for him.
the reason why they named him Boston. But anyway, so they got him from the Humane Society, and they had him up until probably 7 or 8 years ago when he passed away from cancer. Right. So
yeah, and dogs are incredible, cats too, and they get a little more tooed. But of course, we'll have much more on this event, I'm sure, coming up Friday during our Pet of the Week segment, where we'll feature a new friend. But definitely something to keep in your mind if you're walking around or looking to go to the mall, now that it's been reopened for a few months now. So certainly, what a great event. Good to see Cheryl. Good to see Lori, Willie, Diana, Cassie, and Beth as well. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. We love interacting with you. Well, let's real quick get a final peek at tonight's weather forecast. I'm looking forward to trying to get out a little bit this afternoon, Dakota, to enjoy some of this warmth.
Yeah, because it'll be going away by the time we head into tomorrow. So tonight, 20 to 25 low temperatures. Early rain and snow showers will transition to all snow later, but it's scattered snow showers, not widespread. Little accumulation, if anything, a dusting on the highest hills. And wanted to make one correction. Sean says his temperature reading of 47 was taken here in Jamestown, not Ellery. So that shows you the big difference between the Jamestown Airport, which is located north of the city, and where Sean is, actually in the city itself. So 40 to 47, 7-degree temperature difference there.
Oh yeah, certainly, and I imagine it has a lot to do where you are, how much sun you're getting, and probably even, they say what the buildings can contribute to it, the roads and things like that.
Roadways, buildings,
So certainly, if you can, get out and enjoy. Well, that's going to do it for the two of us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We'll leave you with this live look over downtown Jamestown. Beautiful out there. Of course, we remind you when you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.